Hi, I'm Freyja. I'll be playing Sylvia Sutton, the Spacer.
Hi, I am Legacy, and I'll be playing Roxxie, the Bounty Hunter.
Hi, I'm Overthinker, and I'll be playing Vanya Valiant, the Envoy.
Hello, I'm Solomon, and I will be playing as Grant Becker, the Scientist.
And I'm Kippahkid. I'll be playing everybody else in this vast frontier. Oh, last time, 4 denizens of the frontier were going about their daily lives when they got recruited by the illustrious fixer Cash Cardona to help scout a century-old wreckage. Instead, they found Admiral Argus Cole, a ship captain who was long supposed to be dead, and a psychic anomaly that stole a week from them. Now stranded in the desert world of Ellis, the town of Dusty Springs is their only hope for answers. Welcome to Into the Frontier, Episode 2, Toxic Tussle. 20 years ago, Giannis Station continued to orbit around Aethra. The low hum of machinery, the idle clangor of robots going about their business, and the odd assortment of noises emitting from the testing chamber. Only 3 living residents inhabited this station: Reuben and Helen Sutton, and their daughter Sylvia. Sylvia, this is where you were born and raised. You know no other life outside the station, while your parents toil away in their laboratory. How do you keep your mind busy?
I would be playing either with Ranger or Fido.
All right. So, as you're playing around with Fido, the robot dog, you hear a sudden thunk, and the entire station begins to shake. Then comes red flashing lights and klaxons blaring. While Fido was right near you, Ranger comes running your way, your android chief of security.
Ranger, what's going on? I heard a loud thunk, and then all these noises and lights are going off.
Miss Sutton, freebooters are raiding Giannis. Quick, before they spot you. We need to find you a hiding spot before you can protest. Ranger scoops you up and carries you away. It all happens in a blur, and next thing you know, you're inside the station's panic room.
Am I in there alone, or is Fido with me, or?
Ranger and Fido are standing at the doorway, but they're not inside with you.
Is the door closed?
Not yet.
Okay. Sylvia would try to push her way out. Where's my mom and my dad?
Well, Miss Sutton, you have to, trust me, stay here, and we will take care of it. I will guard this room with my life. In case of capture, I have a backup plan.
What plan? What capture? What's going on?
Freebooters, they are pirates. They likely came here to get your parents' things, but do not worry. I have this under control.
I can help.
Sorry, ma'am. This is your parents' orders. And the door starts to shut.
She's going to start beating on the door as it closes, trying to stop it.
You cannot hear anything outside the panic room. Minutes feel like hours. And then you hear an unfamiliar voice over the intercom as the door opens. Greetings, Miss Sutton.
Who's there?
In this voice, it echoes through the entire station as if the station is speaking to you. Yes. I am N4, but you may call me Nana.
Who are you? Where are you? Where's my parents?
I am the station. I am here to take care of you. I was programmed to activate when your parents were unable to take care of you.
Did they go somewhere?
I cannot answer that. Though, I do have a message that one R4NGR left for you.
Play message.
Hey there, Miss Sutton. There is something happening. I have to activate emergency protocol. Freebooter. They're taken care of once this happens. Memory core will be fried. I look forward to meeting the prized child of the Sutton family when we meet again. End message. And that is where we go back to the present. Odyssey, the star that the Frontier's planet revolves around beats heavily on the surface of Ellis. Dusty Springs remains on the horizon from Kit's workshop. Without any shading, it serves as a double-edged sword, giving the illusion of progress. How are you all handling this journey across the hot desert?
Well, I'm used to it. I've made a trek to Dusty Springs many a time, especially in my younger bounty hunting days. So, as I am making this trek, I go and I just kind of keep my hands in my pocket, make sure that my small arm is strapped to my side, my guitar's on my back, and with the confirmation that I've got everything that I need to have, I'm going to just take out a cigarette and go to light it. And I'm going to make sure that the others are not dry heaving. You all good?
I'm fine. Grant himself is probably utilizing stuff that he's able to put together to keep himself cool, just to like sort of reflect the sun's rays off of him to keep from getting like too hot.
I'm visualizing a backpack mounted like umbrella thing.
That sounds about right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Vanya returned to the ship briefly and grabbed a backpack with some water, some rations, holstered a pistol under one arm, and probably is wearing like a head covering and neck covering thing. And otherwise is just like, okay, the umbrella is a great idea. How do you think we could do that for a whole planet? Because this is ridiculous. This is why I don't go to planets. Stations are better.
I agree. This is way too hot. And she's like fanning herself with her hand. Wow. And her spider limbs are like holding up a tarp to block out the sun.
I feel like if we tried to do that whole thing for a planet, it would cause intense global cooling, which would be bad.
And not to mention, planets are where you go to make the real money. You don't make shit in stations.
Yeah, there's more to be made using anything organic you can get from a planet.
So hot and you don't have air conditioning.
That
is a first planet problem.
I'll take heat over being fucking frigid.
Ugh.
Well, then you and I are different.
You can always put on more layers.
Exactly.
And you're still gonna end up shivering.
But the layers look good. Jackets are good. They're very handsome.
As you say this, Roxxie looks down at the fact that she is wearing all leather. Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
All right, everybody remember to drink water. Hands everybody a little water bottle.
I appreciate it.
Hopefully you brought refills.
I got a couple in.
You realize that we're on our way to an actual town, right? Like, we'll be able to stock up on like water and everything too. God forbid we need it. I don't think that we will, but
Okay. Just remember, hydrate before you dehydrate.
Okay, on that note, as you're getting close to Dusty Springs, you hear something in the horizon. It's like, Roxxie, you would recognize this noise as snufflers. Humanoid xenobeasts with large snouts, hunched backs, spiky fur, and bat-like ears. Very aggressive, pack mentality, and a common hunt that's given to the bounty hunters on this planet.
oh shit. And you said that they're called snufflers?
Yep, Kit did warn you guys about them before. Not directly, but
Yeah. Upon hearing that, she is going to just unholster her pistol, look to her group, and just point to it. Get your weapons ready just in case. We got a pack of snufflers on our ass.
Alrighty then, and Grant will just pull out his rather weird-looking, like, capsule shooter that looks like it was made from a old-timey slug thrower.
Vanya's pistol is a little retro, but very smooth, something you could easily put into or out of a pocket.
And Sylvia has brought out her orb drone so that it's just a metal sphere that looks like it has blades around it that rotate really fast to make it hover.
You said a snuffler? When the fellow back there said it, they sounded so cute.
You believed him?
When I hear the word snuffler, I think small, furry, and adorable. I can't be alone in this.
I get that, but also I think that this place is built on misnomers.
If it's here's the general rule of advice for this planet. If it sounds cute, it can kick your ass, tear you apart, and then repeat with all of your friends.
Stations are better.
No, they're not. And she's going to turn and keep an eye out for any snufflers that come back.
all right. So as you keep an eye out, you do see 3 appearing across the horizon. But as you get a little bit of a closer look, the one in the middle looks a bit different. Almost as if it were human.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see what you mean. That one in the center is definitely ugly.
I don't like it. I really don't like it. Mm-mm.
Doesn't look like a usual snuffler.
Is it smiling at us?
I understand that we've all drawn weapons, but can we try to talk to it?
If it's a monster, no. If it's a person,
What's like a person raised by these things, or what's going on here?
Hello?
oh,
Hello?
God, you're gonna get us fucking killed.
Well, if it's a monster, it'll start charging in this direction, and if it's a person, it'll shout back.
On cue, he's like, as The two snufflers charge your way, and the third one is running at you, but it does look to be running human speed, where snufflers would say are about as fast as a running like big cat at you.
Well, now we know.
Don't like it.
Okay. And with that, Roxy's gonna try to shoot. Or take a would that be a swinging and a slinging and swinging roll?
That is one of the most slinging of slinging and swinging I know of.
On God. Okay. It is a monster that I'm shooting at, and I have the Monster Hunter move.
Mm-hmm.
So if I manage to hit this thing, for those at home, I get to do an additional +1 wound and take a +1 on the weird things have happened when coming up against this thing. Just in case I need to. You know. So yeah, I will I'll do my my blitz roll.
All right. While Roxxie is rolling blitz, keep in mind what you guys are doing in preparation.
Uh, 10.
10. All right, so that is a full success.
Cool. So with my swinging and slinging, I am going to on 10 I get to choose 2. So I'm going to aim go for an additional +1 wound given. And I would like to offer an open opportunity to an ally for Grant.
All right, so that would be 3 wound total, actually. Yep. With that power shot, the opportunity that you offer Grant as one snuffler charges towards you guys, you take a pop shot right between the eyes and take it out in one blow. And this has left a strategic opening for Grant to either access towards the human-looking one or get a flank on the other snuffler. So what are you doing, Grant?
I am going to try to use that flank to my advantage while loading in a very bright, bubbling green capsule into my ray gun, quote unquote, and fire it at the one that is tripping over the corpse of its friend.
All right. So why don't you tell the audience what your ray gun can do?
What my ray gun is able to do is that I am able to utilize, instead of utilizing blitz for slinging and swinging, I'm able to utilize wild, which means I'm able to do a whole bunch of weird shit. And my ray gun is able to sicken and stun individuals, utilizing various chemicals and the occasional electric burst.
Lit. So lit.
All right, so yeah, let's give me that slinging and swinging, but with wild.
Alrighty. Would the opening give a bonus, or is it just an opening?
Yeah, I'll give you another +1 on that for the opening.
Sweet. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. That'll be an 8.
An 8. So that is a partial success.
I'm going to go ahead and give an additional wound. Actually, no, I'm going to reroute the enemy to focus on me to give my friends an opening.
All right. And what did you have your ray gun set to?
I had my ray gun set to sicken.
All right. So, as you do hit is sicken. You're able to reroute it, but as it feels like kind of the effects of the ray, it just spits out a acidic hairball that hits you right in the chest to take 1 wound.
Uh-huh.
I hate this place already.
So we've hit both of the snufflers, and the human-looking one is unharmed.
Human one's unharmed, 1 snuffler dead, 1 snuffler hurt but still up.
All right, I'm going to shoot at this human, maybe.
All right, sticking and swinging.
That's a 6, so I miss.
Yes. So as you shoot at it, it whizzes right by you, and almost as if it was a trained gunslinger, it whips out its own pistol and shoots you with you taking a wound.
Yeah, my intention, if I got successes, was to reroute it sort of away or across, keep it at a distance. So I think it saw my suppressing fire coming and called my bluff.
Great.
1 wound.
Sylvia, what are you doing?
She's really interested in the human-shaped one, so she's going to throw her drone over top of it, and as it hovers there, it's going to release a net that's electrified to try and capture it.
All right, for that, I'm going to have you roll a hold down the fort.
What is that roll?
So that would be a grit roll.
Grit, okay. Oh, that's a 4.
That is still an upgrade point, and remember that fail on your end is an upgrade point for you, Vanya. So on a 4, you try to drop the net, but this thing looks far too agile for a human in that sense, where it just sidesteps. It looks like jagged and rigid and looks wrong, but it misses the net. Right, Roxxie, you notice that your companions have not been doing as well as you, which, again, you're the one trained on this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
She'll she's actually gonna confront it head on now. Dropping the gun and grabbing a hold of the neck of her guitar and hoisting it up to release the sword part of her weapon. And she'll use that as a charge, and I run out with full speed and try to get it to only focus on me, so that way my friends don't hurt themselves more.
All right.
So I'm gonna swing and sling.
Monster Hunter will not apply to this one.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going after the other snuffler. Okay.
And
10. All right.
again. God, I'm getting lucky today. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that completely to my advantage then. I am going to use it to gain a +1 additional damage wound on it. And then I'm also going to use it to redirect it, so it's only in combat with me.
All right. So, as you slash your sword through it, you just see sort of a shimmer kind of go down, and you realize what that meant. This thing had shield, so it is still unhurt. But now that you're closer, this is definitely a human, or at least it was one, as where there should be eyes is completely empty and filled with just this green bubbling ooze, like this ichor substance that is just dripping down from its eyes and its mouth and its ears.
Is that a familiar green ooze?
No, I'll actually have you roll a weirder things have happened for that.
Okay. And I assume that I don't get my bonus from Monster Hunter.
Correct. Oh,
it's an ooze.
yeah. This is more of a weird thing on a person rather than a monster itself.
Okay. All right. So I don't get my bonus to that. That is fine. Just have to remember weird things have happened. Right.
So that will be great. Yeah.
Okay. That is a 9.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, you can choose one of these options. You become uneasy or nauseated, drowsy or lethargic, +1 wound, fear overcomes you. Your mind becomes temporarily scrambled, I can word, or you can begin to hallucinate.
I would like to use one of my inspiration points to increase that up to a 10, so I don't have to worry about that.
Amazing. Could we say that happens in the form of a chem?
I would definitely say so. I would just see them stopping for a second and then just load into something real quick. So oh fucking shit! And just fire off a small capsule that smells like Roxxie's favorite scents, and then just clears their mind a little bit and calms them.
Let's see, shoot me.
Get started in the ass with a mood stabilizer.
Yeah, I was gonna say am I getting shot in the ass with am I getting shot in the ass with drugs? Is this their dynamic?
More like incense right in the face, just
thanks, Doc.
Anytime.
God,
It smells
like
like
these things.
cheap booze and cheaper whores.
Well,
that is the finest booze and the finest whores money can buy. You don't insult my palate like that.
I stand corrected.
She says as she takes a drag of a cigarette.
well, as you three begin bantering on the battlefield, that means Sylvia, you notice that the Snuffler is coming after Vanya, and the human is drawing a blade to strike Roxxie.
Oh, jeez. The one that's drawing a blade, she's going to throw out another one of her drones, but instead of just trying to save it, it's an explosive, so it's going to explode on contact.
All of you do something inhuman for this.
Okay.
So that'll be a wild roll.
Wild is wits, right? No, wild is wild.
Drone's gone wild.
God. She would subscribe.
That's what I was thinking.
Hot
Only
drone
bots.
thing,
It's
right?
That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay. So the 7-9, it works, but it backfires in some way. And the way that this backfires is the drone dive bombs into the ooze zombie thing and goes right into the nape of its neck. And Roxxie, you just look for a second before it just explodes in a glory of green goop that is now raining down on you.
Amazing. I would like to collect a sample of this goop. I didn't know that we had Gwyneth Paltrow on cast, but this is phenomenal. Thank you.
All right. Vanya, while this is going on, you have a big old snuffler as this like claw is rearing at you.
Yeah. I'm going to try and shoot it. I'm trying to shoot it in the leg to line it up for my allies. Because I don't think... I'm imagining these guys are big. And and my pistol's pretty small. Not a euphemism, shut up.
Hey, we didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
I could see you thinking it.
It's not the size, it's how you use it.
Cool, Vanya again fails.
And
Obviously doesn't know how to use it.
Yikes.
So, rear the pistol, and before you can fire, it just hits you right across the chest, and you go skidding across the sands. Take another wound.
Jeez.
Well, I guess it's up to me then.
Great, Grant. What are you going to do?
Grant is going to load up a capsule that looks like it's filled with just like a very like thin silvery fluid, and fire it at the snuffler. And if it connects, it will just be covered in mercury, which conducts electricity better than water does. And then fire the taser of his ray gun with it.
I'm going to give you a +1 just for the sheer insanity of that. So, roll me. I'm going to say do something weird for that, because it doesn't seem like you're directly singing and swinging there.
That's fair. So something inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. My wild is that already. I'm going to use one inspiration point to make that a 10.
All right. With the power of science. You make your homegrown, not long-term side effect if inhaled taser. As it just rears and makes this like noise. R.I.P. my throat. And you now have this opportunity. While it is stunned, it is in pain, and it is ripe for hunting.
Roxxie, finish this off.
Please.
Don't worry. And she's gonna run, and if this thing is stunned, she's gonna jump up, fucking almost flying, and use the sharp edge of her sword to kind of like stab it right down its skull, so the entire sword just pummels right through.
What?
Do I gain any bonuses from it not being able to move?
Yeah, you get another +1 along with a +1 from your Monster Hunter. Oh, you have the plus damage to your Monster Hunter.
Yeah, no, that's the plus damage, yeah. 9.
9? All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the extra damage to it to give it 3 damage or 3 wounds.
All right. So you do trade blows, but the way that you get the wound on this isn't from the snuffler itself, but because of the blood goo thing that rained on you, it is actually burning your skin. And you're fighting through this pain as you do what is probably the most badass kill that any of these guys have seen. And you swear you could just hear like a little guitar riff in the wind as you cleave it.
Whoa.
And that is why she gets paid to murder things.
Damn.
Ah, bitch. And you see like the little goop acid like on her hand like start to like expand like a small hole. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna have to get that fixed up in town.
Sorry for the goop.
Not my first time, not my last.
Are you used to being covered in goop?
I plead the 5th.
The 5th what?
He's got a point. They've got a point.
The 5th goop. Like I said, something, a woman coming up to me offering like goop for, I don't know, like inner healing or whatever the fuck it was.
That sounds like a scam.
It sounds very much
wait,
like
But
a
we should
is
scam.
get you to town.
Yeah.
Is that the woman on Blitz Street that was selling those weird scented candles?
Yo, yeah, it was. And she was like,
I heard about her.
she was up my ass. She was telling me that I could be something called the girl boss or whatever, like saying that I could have a group
She's
of
put up
people.
a lot of people's asses.
Yeah, saying that she could have like I could have like a team of people that I I don't know.
And then they recruit a team,
Recruit
and
a team,
then
and
they
then they
recruit a team,
recruit a
and
team, yeah.
everybody's their own boss.
Yeah, and
But she wanted like
everybody's their own boss.
5,000 credits up front.
It's a fucking scam, let me tell you. I've got a whole ass like board on these people because she's not the only one. It's not the only company. They
Yeah, I
gotta
don't know
fucking
who her
go.
friends are, but she's got them somewhere.
She's got them. She's driving this real pretty pink spaceship though, like top of the line.
So gaudy.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
So you burned?
yeah, I got John.
All right.
Yeah, listen, it comes with the job, it comes with the territory. We'll be fine.
I actually take a look at the goop to see if it's like an actual like acid or if it's some sort of organic thing. Like if I need to like pour some sort of basic compound on her to keep her from burning.
So I'll have you roll me a wits roll to figure out what you're looking at.
Alrighty.
Also, yeah, have you fought a lot of people who were full of goop? Roxxie?
Sounds about right. 10.
10. So, being a chemist yourself, you see how compounds interact. What you're looking at is not its own compound, or it's not its own substance, but a compound. This is still, like hemoglobin is still blood, but there is a strong acidic agent that has been added to it.
Do you mind if I take that sample?
How about it? It was more so just a trophy.
Well, I'll let you keep your trophy. I'll just take my own, and then he will pull out a vial to collect some for his own edification.
And to answer the goop question, I've fought like ooze-like entities, gelatin-like giants. This is my first goop monster. So, first time for everything.
Sylvia will make the comment as she's poking one of the dead bodies with a stick. We're all goop when we explode.
Are you poking?
That's fair, actually.
Are you poking the snuffler or the human?
The snuffler.
So as you're poking that, you as a spacer don't really know anything really about fauna, but what you do is you realize that the fur on this thing isn't like full. It looks like it's in patches and there are like red marks on the skin. Roxxie and Grant would be able to recognize that this looks like mange.
Ew.
That doesn't look normal, does it?
It's very unhealthy. Ugh.
Yeah. Be careful, don't touch it.
She'll drop the stick and just.
A little
As
strange, right, that we encountered two creatures who, given your reaction, I'm assuming snufflers are generally aggressive to all humans and sapient life.
Sentient life, and they travel in packs, so you're never just fighting the one.
Yet we encountered two in the company of what looks like it was a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I want to bring the goop sample to town. There might be somebody here who might know a thing or two more than I do about it. And they might be able to help us. I've got a buddy who I think might be able to get me an answer. It's 50-50 in whether or not he's here.
All right. Don't forget to drink water.
So, as you guys all prepare, you realize that you made a little bit of a ruckus in the fight and afterwards. And it's one of those after the moment thing where Roxxie goes, kind of that realization, like, shit, snufflers are attracted to sound. And you just sort of, as an entire horde of them comes over the horizon. And when all seems like we are SOL, we just took out 3 and this is about a dozen, you just hear a whirring and blaster fire just pew, 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 takes 3 out in a row. And you see, have no fear, citizens. R4NGR is here to assist you.
Hooray, we're saved.
By a robot?
As you turn towards your would-be savior is this android with these sort of sleek metal plating features. There isn't really a human resembling face, but more of this like orange singular kind of eyepiece in the middle. And Sylvia, this android will look very, very, very familiar to you, except it looks a bit like more of a dusty tone, as if like being on this planet has sort of worn its coloring from a silver more to like a brownish tone. And while it didn't have any sort of uniform or attire before, he now has a cowboy hat and kind of ripped cloak while wielding twin 6-barrel blasters.
She's just watching him and is kind of in a little bit of disbelief. Like, this can't be the same ranger that she knows. As it just kind of dawns on her that it might be, but she's still questioning.
Hurry, we must get to the settlement before they come upon us. I can only handle so many.
Right,
Not
how?
going to argue, and Grant's just booking it already.
With your permission, can I do a wits check to clock Sylvia's, like, surprise, confusion, strong emotions? Freyja, that cool with you?
That's fine with me.
Right.
town is that way, and that's the way I'm going. And I'm just running real fast because it's another 6. Man,
You gotta get an upgrade here soon.
me and the virtual dice need to go out to dinner and talk about what's going on.
Maybe at this point it's time to separate yourself from that dice pool.
I think she's having commitment issues.
Yeah, try the other
Giving
dice
you a good
I want to break.
You
with
need
your
to see
dice.
other players.
Or at least a therapist. Yeah, all of
Need
the
a
above.
programmer.
Right. So, as you attempt, but things don't seem to be going really your way right now, Vanya. And the pack's getting closer, and Ranger is hardly urging you guys. There's the last leg left till Dusty Springs.
Bolting.
Yep. And if people are falling behind, I have things to help them have to pick me up. Just in case.
Something to increase our speed?
Speed's involved, yeah.
How close are they getting to us?
So they're making their way closer, but one thing that there is to your advantage is now that you're getting close to the actual settlement, you see different sets up of things, such as various barrels that are nearby.
Yeah. Keep going, everybody.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Roxxie will take rear, and if Vanya's starting to sound out of breath, she's just going to grab them, Lion King style, and just start booking it.
Okay. I'm fine. I'm what the? What? What?
You're slow. You're slow. We don't have the time.
I think you're hitting them with an existential crisis.
Well, I can't listen. That's not any of my business. Listen, they were sounding a little out of breath, and it's either existential crisis right now or become dinner for our little snuffle friends back right there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Roxxie, are these things weak to sound or just attracted to it?
Attracted to sound. Don't. Game master.
You haven't personally tested it, though they do have big ears, so do as you will.
I mean, big ears.
From my elevated position, I have a question.
From your elevated position, I have an answer.
You said that there were barrels scattered around.
I did.
What color are they?
They might be red.
Okay. Half turning. Vanya puts an arm around Roxy's shoulders to steady themselves, aims back at one of the barrels and fires one right near a bunch of these snifflers.
And the best I can say is, Kablewe! As a big old mushroom cloud just goes up, and you just kind of see snuffle meat flying everywhere.
Don't eat that. That's not edible.
Okay. I got him. You can put me down. You don't have to, but you can.
Do you want me to put you down?
Well, the snufflers are dead.
Okay.
Um,
She'll just she'll gently put them to their feet.
Thank you.
Mhm. You were, Vanya was about 6 feet in the air.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
We should pay for that.
Thank you so much for preserving my survival. And hey, who's this robot?
Greetings, civilians. My name is R4NGR, but most people just call me Ranger.
Sylvia is like looking him up and down and kind of circling around him. It's very strange to see a model of your type outside of a station.
Is that so? Well, I am happy to announce that I am genuine here on Ellis. In fact, I am even the deputy.
Deputy bot. Interesting. Were you always here?
I don't know. I know that I was activated on Ellis. That is what I remember.
Strange. And she'll just walk away. Thinking.
Right. So as you all get to the outskirts of Dusty Springs, you see something that is a little foreboding. While you see the large oasis that serves as the centerpiece of the settlement, rusted steel buildings line the oasis's ridge. Their weather-worn appearance is contrasted by a hastily erected barricade that's quarantining the town in. There's only one building that sits outside the barricade, a saloon-looking style building called the Bounty Board. And Roxxie, you would know that this is the go-to bar for freelance mercs, bounty hunters, and the guild, the Golden Reapers, who run this place to kind of facilitate bounties and competition.
I assume that I have frequent this particular spot many a time.
You have, and never once have you seen a barricade around Dusty Springs.
Well, that's true.
You do remember Kit was telling you that ever since the water got poisoned in town, that the sheriff has been locking out any outsiders.
This clearly appears a little grim. I just think we should all take a moment and appreciate how lucky we are that the bar is still open.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't close that down even if the Hells came over and took over the entire Galactic.
I'm pretty sure business would improve then.
Probably. Drank herself into a stupor.
Probably for me too.
Yeah.
We still don't want that. Let's get a drink.
Uh-huh. Good recovery.
If you are getting your drink, were you interested in entering Dusty Springs? I can talk to Sheriff Denson about your entry if that is what you wish.
Actually, I'd like to have a word with the sheriff as well. Him and I know one another.
Very well. I can send word. It will take time, so do enjoy your time at the Bounty Board.
Sounds good. And he just like looks for Roxxie. Do I have to hide half the shit I'm carrying?
Yeah. You seem to put a lot of weight on the word no just then. Like a lot.
Oh.
You know what? Drinks first.
drinks first.
Let's do that first.
And to answer your question about what you're packing, no, but like, be careful with like what you carry around. This is kind of a lawless town, hence the bounty board.
Gotcha.
Are all just contracts.
So hold on to your bags.
Yeah.
Hold on to your bags, your britches, and your bitches.
Bitchin'.
Bitchin'.
All right. As you enter, Vanya, you hear a sort of zzz, zzz in your ear.
Is it my comm link?
It is. Specifically, it's the special comm link.
I'll be right with you guys. Something fruity. If you're ordering, I'll get you back.
Are you meaning a drink or something else?
A drink.
In this planet, something fruity can mean a lot of things.
A drink. Click. Hello.
You just hear what is clearly one of those things that masks your voice, so you can't actually decipher who's saying it. Vanya Valiant, you have an assignment from the Queen.
I've been whatted from the Queen?
An assignment.
Okay. You could turn down the modulator a little bit there, friend. An assignment, okay. I'd like to hear it.
There is a cache within the bounty board. I will give you the link. From there, follow those coordinates. Everything will become clear afterwards.
Understood. Is this a rated job or am I working for a favor?
This will greatly help the Queen and your position in our group.
Copy that. Over and out.
Just hear a click.
All right. Guess I've got a scavenger hunt.
Right. As the coordinates do lead you back into the bounty board, Grant, you can devise that the man standing at the bar has to be who you know is Marcus Fangripper, the chapter leader of the Golden Reapers. It is very hard to miss someone who is a Golden Reaper, given their golden armor. But as for the bounty board itself, it is looking a lot less sleek than his own adornments. You are hit with the smell of oil, steel, rust, and cheap swill. As the interior matches its odor, it's a mishmash of steel slabs, varying colors of rust levels that are riveted together in no consistent order, making up the walls. Rickety tables and chairs that have had their share of rewelding, and hanging over the bar itself is a balcony hosting an assortment of rooms, but it's hard to tell if there's any current vacancies. You see, Marcus doesn't seem fazed by the barricade as much as the bounty board stationed right by him is still thriving.
I will head up to the bar and order some drinks. I'll be like, 3 glasses of something strong and 1 glass of something fruity, apparently, if you have it.
I have something strong, but who's the fruitcake?
One of the Void Singers. They're outside.
Huh. Are you telling me Sheriff Dunson let one of them out of the temple?
From out, actually off planet. So, coming in.
Oh, good luck for them. But if they're like any of the Void Singers around here, they've earned our respect.
Yeah, they're good people. They're just a little off. I think they don't get planetside very often.
You know, out of all the little socializing and politicking that the Void Singers do, I am kind of amazed at how bad they are at people in at times.
This one's pretty good, except for when they're running for their life. We had to deal with some snufflers on the way over here.
Running. You guys had to run from something? Should have called in the Golden Reapers then. We'd take them out real quick.
Well, yeah, but we were just on our way here, and then a dozen of them came after us after we killed 2 and 1 person. Used to be a person kind of thing. It was weird.
Tell me about it.
And trust me, I know about the Golden Reapers. I used to be around Antheus.
Oh, you're an Arctics boy. Yeah, those guys made us big money.
Yeah, don't I know it? So about those drinks.
Yeah, right on it.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, it takes the moment to make the drinks. 3 kind of, it seems to be like vodka-esque drinks for Sylvia, Roxxie, and Grant. And it looks almost exactly the same for Vanya, except he dropped like an orange slice in it to make it fruity.
Perfect. And I will just take the strong drinks to the girls, since Vanya still seems to be on the call. Well, I have a good bit of rapport with the bartender here, at least. Apparently the Void Singers are all kept in a temple in town, which is going to be interesting for Vanya.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, kept like pets or kept like prisoners?
All I know is that apparently the sheriff was keeping them in the temple. But they're also seen as being respected, so weird mix.
To explain, the Void Singers, this chapter at least, is a lot more militant than the others. They help a lot of the bounty hunters on the hunt. So Sheriff Denson associates them as allies of the outsiders, us, and less of for the locals.
That makes sense.
Hey guys. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we got here. Sorry. And I'll just slide Vanya the vodka with an orange slice.
Orange. It's a little fruity. Roxxie just takes her drink and knocks it back. And then flips over the glass soon after.
So what was this about the other Void Singers?
Yeah, apparently there are other Void Singers in town. They're kind of a militant group in the temple. I don't think the sheriff likes them.
That's weird.
So maybe we keep mentioning you're a Void Singer on the low.
Potentially.
So, Roxxie, you've been here before. What can you tell me about the deputy? Is he new?
Game Master, have I interacted with this deputy in the past?
No, you have not.
Must be a new guy. I haven't seen him around.
How well do you...
weird.
sorry.
No, you can go.
How well do you know the sheriff?
Oh, the sheriff and I. We've had some interactions.
That's not
He's
suspicious.
there nothing. I'll be completely honest. It wasn't anything like too bad, but he's a little difficult to get along with, is all I'm gonna say. And he's very serious about his hometown pride. Calls it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gathered that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. If you meet him and he doesn't, on the surface, seem to like you, don't take it personally. He's kind of a hard ass, really difficult to get along with. You can't hold much of a conversation unless you know how to talk, which is, he don't have a lot of friends, but you know, the people here know him, they love him. He's just a hard ass.
Right. You consider yourself his friend?
I don't
Do you think
consider him. I don't think he considers me an enemy, and that's just as good as being a friend to a guy like him.
To a guy like him. Okay.
I mean, he might find me a little annoying because take a lot of jobs here. A lot of jobs here. But
Well, who could ever find you annoying? And as you hear that voice, you recognize this as your bounty hunting buddy, Gordon. For everyone else, what they see is a man in a full like spacesuit, like something that you'd only see you traversing in deep space walking around kind of really stiffly, and inside the spacesuit itself is like this weird shifting kind of amorphous ooze man. Not the green coating that you've seen, but more of like maybe like an incandescent purple. And for those who know their Xenos, he is a slorfish, which is basically a ball of slime with sentience.
Well, hello there, friend.
Gordon.
Pull up a seat.
Gordon, my dear old pal, and she'll stand up and like wrap an arm around the suit, making sure not to crumple it. Gordon, these are my team. This is my new team. Sylvia, Grant, and Vanya. Team, this
Charmed.
is Gordon, an old pal of mine. Fantastic bounty hunter. Kind of a troublemaker.
Oh,
Anyone
you
that
know,
knows you, troublemaker? No.
Hey, fuck you.
Unheard of.
well, you know me, old Gordon, always getting in trouble. I'm just a bit too much of a curious sludge.
Come on, sit down with us, bud. It's been, God, I don't even know. When was the last time we saw each other?
Oh, about 8 months, 32 days, and 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Very specific, by the way. Yeah,
That's incredible.
Sorry I haven't been around much in the last couple of months.
Well, it's okay. It just means there's a lot more jobs for me to take.
Well, been keeping out of trouble, I see.
Oh, no, I have not. I'm actually quite in the shitter, if you do say right now.
Why?
Oh, well, are your friends as trustworthy folk?
Yeah.
I do my best.
Yeah. Listen, they're not any more or less shifty than the other people who walk through this fucking town.
Cool. So, yeah, I don't have a moment. Would you like to go up to my room with me? And no, I'm not soliciting you.
I think that I'm gonna grab us a couple more drinks, but then that sounds
Double,
great.
please.
It's triple.
All right.
I'm raw dogging it. I'm going without any extra alcohol.
I thought that's what he would be doing.
He's not soliciting us, Grant.
Specifically said.
Respect the man's boundaries, Jesus. You slut.
Vanya's going to head towards the bar and then glance at that, like, location they were given.
Mm-hmm.
Is it here in the main room, or is it, like, upstairs in a room?
It is upstairs in a room.
Can I tell which one?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. While I'm at the bar buying 2 full bottles, sounds like, I will also attempt to rent that room.
As you attempt to rent it, Marcus kind of looks up and goes, sorry, Priesty, that one's already booked.
Oh. Well, yeah, I was supposed to be meeting a friend here at some point. Maybe they booked it ahead of me. We weren't sure who would arrive first.
I don't ask questions. Do what you need to do.
Copy that.
Just know.
Large tip.
So just know, if you make a mess, I ain't cleaning whatever the fuck you leave behind.
I look around at all of the armed and armored people. Oh, I figure someone will clean me up pretty quick. No messes. Copy that.
Good lad.
And follows the others upstairs with our 4 glasses and 2 bottles of whatever this is.
All right. So, as you follow Gordon up, he walks like he doesn't have, like, joints. Is like a little, like, stick man as he's making it through. The way that this guy is somehow a very skilled bounty hunter probably makes you more concerned. And
Roxy's on face.
now, you guys have seen your fair share of Xenos, so I wouldn't say it's a weird thing that's happened, but the idea of, he seems like a silly little guy, so he's probably a savage killer. That's kind of the the theme of this place.
Yep.
And
he has a higher body count than most planets.
Not so
kills, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was meaning deaths. You whores.
I mean, if
Sure
you put
you
them
were.
together,
Oh yeah, you gotta combine them.
All right. So as you all huddle into Gordon's room, you realize he probably books this a lot, as the bed has kind of been hollowed out and turned into what looks more like a fish tank. And he kind of goes and sort of slides down into the fish tank. There's like little cushions in bed and everything in there. It's almost like in the 70s when you go into those rooms and you kind of divot down. It's like a little bit of a lounge. He has like a hookah set up and everything. It's pretty chill. He goes, "Oh, come on right in. Just the bowl is mine, so we can do whatever. But just don't break my bowl, because if I can't sleep in it, then I might die."
That's fair.
Copy that.
Oh yeah, thanks very much.
So, Gordon,
This
can you
my
tell
name.
us what's going on around here?
Oh, which thing? Because there's how would I say? If there was a shit sandwich, but you didn't have the bread, that would be Dusty Springs right now.
Why is there a blockade?
Well, about a week ago, there was a weird thing happening where the water became like all weird and toxic, and then people started going missing, and then the barricade got set up because we were told that we were at fault, but then I kind of figured out who was at fault, and that's kind of why I am now in the deep doo-doo.
Hence your desire to talk to us in private.
Yeah.
There's a cover-up going on.
Well, I don't really know. It seems like a really complicated web, and I'm not really good at the whole investigating thing. I'm more just good at the kind of shooting thing. I'm not really good at listening to rules either, because I wasn't supposed to loot the guy I killed, but I kind of did it anyways.
I can respect that.
Yeah, like I say, curiosity killed the question.
Let's see.
Yep, everybody says that.
That's exactly
Yep.
what they say.
A very common phrase.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was being a little weird there.
You
Not at all.
weird.
Yeah,
No, you're great.
completely normal.
So,
Listen, Gordon, no weirder than any people who walk through this town.
Alright, so
yeah, who?
I had the job to kill a dock worker, and I'm like, oh, he's just a working blue collar man, but you know, a paycheck's a paycheck. So I went and put a little bit of laser between his eyes, and I realized he may have had a family after, but I think that's something that I don't have my conscience for. But either way, what happened was I'm a curious little guy, and I decided, oh, well, why was he killed? Like, you know, no one normally just puts a hit on a dock worker. And apparently...
Strange, for sure.
Yeah, apparently, I guess he was in charge of a shipment. In that shipment was a whole shit ton of toxins that was sent over here to the sheriff's office.
So, the sheriff bought a bunch of poison, and now the town is poisoned.
Yeah, I'd say kind of things line up, and then we're the scapegoats because we're the outsiders.
Yeah, it sounds like the sheriff is trying to create a crisis so that way he can be the big damn hero.
People who focus on that sort of independent pride always end up isolationist, and you can't be isolationist without a tragedy to blame everyone for. So,
Fucking Benson.
Vanya, you do still have your secret cache to pick up. Do you wait it out, or is this the time you need to excuse yourself?
I understand that some people are motivated by personal philosophies and ideas and trauma. But to poison a whole town, I think I need a minute. Excuse me. Steps outside, checks the locator.
It's about 5 doors, other side of the hall.
I'll head over and I'll knock.
You don't get a response, but you get a communication of a code for a lock.
Enter code.
It just swings open. In this room, looks like it has not been touched in years. It is covered in dust. There are cobwebs growing on it, and it's just kind of that old, like, rust and wood smell just kind of mixed together. It's just not very pleasant. And as your coordinates update, you get now depth, and it looks like the cache is beneath a floorboard.
Pull it out.
All right. You now see the cache before you.
Make sure the door is closed. Pop it open. Heard of a dead drop, but this place is exhumed.
Zzz, zzz. You hear Pawn calling you again.
Go.
Good. You found it. As you can see, this is a scanner. We have information that one of the bounty hunters knows too much. What the scanner will do is put the black mark on him. Then, Dead Money will take care of the rest. Sending you the information now.
Look at my comm again.
you get the exact description of Gordon.
Understood. And I pocket the scanner and head back into the room.
All right. While Vanya was out, what kind of topics were you talking about in the fishbowl?
So, in the last 8 months, what kind of trouble have you gotten yourself into?
Oh, well, there was a time that I may have gotten myself caught in a couple dozen of scavs that took me in as their princess, and that was a little bit of a wild adventure. There was the other time where I had a little bit of a misunderstanding with the gunsmith, and it led to us having a duel, and now we need a new gunsmith in town. Oh yeah, and there was that time that that the old deputy he got really mad at me and called me a something about cuckoldry. I don't really know what that was.
Got it.
You want to take that one, Roxxie? Or are we just going to let that one lie?
We're just gonna let it lie. We're just gonna let it lie. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I see that you yourself have been very busy then.
Oh yeah, always got to keep moving.
It's good to see you, Gordon.
Oh, you too. It's been a pleasure. It kind of gets boring when well, everything happens. Like I don't really leave Dusty Springs often, and kind of gets drab.
Why don't you leave?
Well, there's a kind of story behind that. You know how like most people, when they're out of credits while gambling, they'll bet their pants, but I can't really give up my clothes or else I'll be exposed to the elements and die, so I may have bitten my ship.
You bet your ship.
You need a different vice, Gordon.
Yeah, well, I didn't found out that they were cheating the whole time, so then I killed them all.
But you couldn't prove that, so...
Oh yeah, I got junked.
Well, you ever want out? You know, I got my ship.
Well, yeah, if you need anyone to man your guns, I can do that.
I mean, listen, I think that we could take we'll take all the help that we can get. We're kind of dealing with a weird situation right now, and actually, I have a question. I think you might be just the man to help me with this.
Ori.
And she's going to take out the vial of ooze.
Before you say anything, no, that is not my cousin. You know, not us all Swordsmen are alike. We don't know know each other.
I didn't say anything. This is a goop that we had to kill that was also inside of a bounty hunter's like armor. Do you know anything about it? It's this one's green.
Well, no, that child's not mine.
I think it was more riding around in the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that.
But is it something your species can do?
No, we don't all have cool slime abilities. We just kind of die.
Morbid.
It's very morbid.
So you don't know much about this?
I mean, I've seen a few corpses or two with that, which started popping up, but I don't know. I told you I'm not an investigator. I do the killing and then other people.
When was the first time that you saw a corpse with this ooze?
Well, about a week ago.
So recent. Okay.
Well, yeah.
And when did you say that poisoning thing happened?
Oh, about a week ago. Are we drawing a connection? Because I'm not really drawing a connection here.
I'm drawing a connection that a lot of bad shit's happening to this town, and the sheriff might know more than he lets on.
Speaking of the sheriff, when did the deputy get here? That robot ranger, I believe his name was.
Oh, Ranger, yeah, he's a good guy. He came in about a month ago, when after I had to kill the previous deputy.
Who brought him in?
Oh, that fella named Kit.
Above table, do we know a kid?
Yeah, he's the guy who rescued you at the mechanic shop.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty convenient because we were like, oh, we need a new deputy. And he's like, oh, hey, I happen to have fixed up a guy who was looks like to be all a deputy bot. And then we kind of took him in, and he's really good at being a deputy. Even came with a dog.
A dog?
Oh, yeah. He's like a little robo dog. He's really cool. I like to pet him.
Did he ever say where he found these two?
Oh, you don't really question where Kit gets things. You don't really question those things. He just brings us lots of cool scrap and stuff, and it works out.
She's gonna start drinking heavily.
You good,
Vanya.
Sylvia?
Vanya would like to re-enter. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're just all chilling in the bowl.
I mean, you're in the bowl. We're not in the bowl. Your bowl's not big enough for the rest of us.
Oh, yeah, this bowl ain't big enough for the two of us.
No. Well. And she lights up another cigarette, drags. Well. No, but I do think that it's a little bit weird that, all of this stuff starts randomly popping off a week ago, and Sheriff's using this as an opportunity to close off Dusty Springs to outsiders.
I think we need to talk to the sheriff.
And keep the Void Singers locked in their temple.
I think we should talk to them first, or at least I should.
I think that'd probably be a good idea.
I imagine they have insight, and assuming he hasn't... One does not poison a town and then leave people around who know stuff.
Or militant individuals who might work to protect the town.
Yeah.
Does scream power hungry.
Your associate's an asshole, Roxxie.
My associate, like I said.
We also... Go ahead.
I haven't made an enemy. Sure, but like I said, we are by no means friends.
I think there's another possibility we shouldn't discount.
What's
That-
up?
Someone who was rude and perhaps had leanings or wild dreams suddenly, violently, and decisively acted on them 1 week ago.
You're talking about Cole.
Talking about Cole.
Right.
Maybe it's a coincidence, but we don't really believe in that among my people.
I personally think coincidence is bullshit, so yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right. I can try to call the local conductor, but face-to-face would, of course, be better.
And you guys would know that a conductor is ahead of a Void Song Church.
Oh. Gordon.
Oh,
Does
yeah, what's
anyone
up?
Get into the town?
Well, you can get special permission to go into the town. Normally, we've just kind of been leaving let by because we don't really want to, do that fight because it's not really our fight unless we're getting paid to do that fight. But I guess if you talk to some people who go out, I think only Ranger goes in and out of town right now because, being a android and all, he can't really get affected by the poisoning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys should talk to Ranger. I'm going to talk to a couple of the other mercenaries here, because if they respect the Void Singers, they might be willing to support us in this time of need. To be clear, I don't intend to necessarily hire an attack force, but if we're not back in a day, come looking for us with guns.
It may not hurt to have an attack force. Actually, Gordon, how is he keeping everyone in?
Oh, well, the locals love Mr. Denson. They all kind of follow what he's saying.
That's a darn shame.
Remember what I said. His people love him.
Yeah, but to that degree.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
Especially if they're dying. We won't know until we're over the wall, so let's be ready when we get there.
Sounds good.
All right, I would like to make a chat 'em up roll. Or use a favor. Let me look at my abilities here. Yeah, I'd like to get a couple of capable mercenaries, preferably with either jetpacks so we can get around fast, a vehicle maybe, or non-lethal crowd control style weapons in case we get mobbed by the population.
All right. Let's get that chat 'em up.
Get locked up, spending resources on this. I can feel it already. Come on. I even used a different dice bot, and that's a 5.
Oh, do you want to spend your use your resource ability?
I'm surprised you don't have Suave or something to help that.
I do. Suave boosts it to 6.
Ah.
But for even a partial success, yeah, I'll spend a favor with money can buy anything and hire some mercenaries.
All right. So, you do still have to roll me just a Suave one more time to know how indebted you're going to be with this favor.
All right.
Actually, you are a priest, so actually it would be a wild, not a Suave.
Okay. There we go. 11.
All right. So yeah, on a 10 plus, you do gain that one favor, and you can use that as need be. So you boosted that to a 7 to 9, which is a partial success.
Mhm.
And you have what looks to be essentially a biker gang. Like, hey, you know what? Boys, we got some spares since we lost some men. How about you do us a favor? You get into town. Some scavs stole our bike parts and are being sold at the flea market. Get us those parts, and we'll give you some spare other bikes and some smoke bombs for you. Sound good?
I think I can handle that. Yeah.
Cool. And if you see the scav running the flea shop, tell him he's an asshole.
I have a friend who might tell him that with her knuckles. So.
Cool. All right. Well, waiting on the news. If you get sent over to us, we can get that sent over to you. Make it nice, quick, and easy.
All right. I send them some cash and let the team know we've got a ride. Or rides.
Perfect.
All right. So is there anything anyone else would like to do before meeting up with Ranger for Dusty Springs?
No, I don't have anything else to prepare. What about the two of you guys?
Sylvia would like to prepare a sonic bomb with her slap it together.
All right. Sonic.
Just in case.
Yep. For a second I thought you said atomic, and I'm like, oh no.
That's
yeah.
a little much.
I did mention I was going to Glass Planet if anyone hurt Gordon. Looking at you. No. A sonic bomb. SONIC.
Yes. All right. Let's see you slap it together roll.
Okay. That's a 10.
All right. So yeah, you make your sonic bomb.
Perfect. She'll just tuck that away for a rainy evening.
All right. What about Roxxie?
I want to see if I can do any more research into this, to see like what the properties are of it, if there is, if there's anything basically of like note, that I can bring to the table when it comes to if the goop in question inevitably comes up in conversation.
I'll actually help out with that if I can.
All right. So, are you like chatting around, or are you doing like research, Roxxie?
Like research.
All right. So I'll have you roll a base wits and take a +1 for having a chemist help you understand the jargon.
Perfect. Ten.
All right. So the more that you are researching into this, the more you're realizing that This is a poison that has been commonly employed by a certain organization back on Unity, known as no one can ever trace it back to them. But Dead Money is one of those bounty hunting guilds that has a reputation. They're not upfront like the other bounty hunters. Others would call them assassins. And they rarely claim glory for a kill. Instead, you just sort of know. It is a very fast-acting poison. And may have properties that cause, in a sense, a zombie-like reaction. So it essentially kills them quick and then reanimates as a shambling body.
Yuck.
Yeah, I got hit with that.
Yeah, let's be glad that didn't get worse. While I'm helping Roxxie to figure this out about this stuff, is there like an antidote, or do we have to worry about it affecting her? Was it like secondhand, so it isn't like as bad?
As long as it wasn't consumed, then it's okay. If not, it just kind of burns your skin.
Fair enough. Don't drink it.
Oh, but it looks so delicious, Grant. I
don't know. You put all kinds of weird shit in your body.
All the weird shit that I put in my body is weird shit that comes from you.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, you got anything that you can hook me up with?
Yeah, I got you. And he'll just like pass over a few inhalers of something that looks blue and cloudy.
Thanks. And she she takes the inhaler and transfers him a few credits. If you got anything else, just let me know. Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know and I'll slide it to you.
Thanks.
Anytime. You know I look out for you.
I know. I know I've been kind of buying from you a lot more recently, but it's hard to keep doing what I do when you're never mind.
It's all good. You're one of the few customers I actually am okay talking to. So if you need to talk, then I'm here.
I don't want to eat up too much of your time. Plus,
I'm not busy.
Yeah. And you know, I know that we're doing this project together. If you need anything, just, you know what I'm capable of.
Oh yeah. I'll keep you updated.
Cool. Thanks for the help on the goop. It's actually nice having people on my ship again.
Glad to be here. Well, once I get back to the ship, once we're done with this shit.
Yeah. I miss my baby. I miss my baby.
Yeah, we'll get back to her once we kick some sheriff's teeth in.
And she'll slip the inhaler in her pocket. Grab her guitar, sword, and axe, and all, because that weapon's the most badass thing. And make sure that her gun is like holstered back on her side. All right. Well, let's go kick some ass, I guess.
Brum, 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 brum.
Looks like Vanya finally got our rides.
Yeah, so you guys got a basically back of hover bikes.
Nice.
All right. Let's go meet that robot. Sylvia, I assume you'll do the talking.
If that's all right.
Never really jive with robots. They see the world differently. I don't mind them.
They're easier to get along with than people most of the time. They don't really judge. They just do what they do.
All right.
Great. So as you guys are revved up and make it to the barricade, you see Ranger waiting for you at the gate with a robotic dog by his side. Sylvia, this does look just like F1D0, also known as Fido.
She would get off her bike and approach Ranger. But before she starts talking, she'd bend down and scratch Fido right underneath the chin where he loves to be scratched.
As he kind of wags his tail and looks up at you, and while Ranger doesn't remember, there's, you know, when like a dog sees you and you know that they remember you, you're getting this from Fido.
I missed you, boy. It's been a while.
Ranger looks, oh, miss, have you met my trusty partner Fido before?
You could say that. It's been more than a few years. You may not remember it, but met you too. A long time ago.
Well, darn golly, miss, I am sorry that I do not remember our encounter, but I hope it was a good one.
It was. I have a couple questions for you after we're done here, though, but we're here to see the sheriff.
Well, already, he said that you may enter the town, but...
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But, we did not get permission yet to go into the sheriff's office, so that might be a little trickier.
Oh, Vanya.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't remember. We can't
right.
enter the town. Go ahead, sorry.
You said we can enter the town but can't see the sheriff?
No, we haven't gotten permission to see either of them yet. Enter the town or...
No, you did get permission for the town, not for the sheriff.
We got permission for the town, not the sheriff.
That's fine. We've got to stop to make first anyway.
Perfect. Can you take us to the temple? I'm talking to Ranger.
Oh. Yes. I can lead you right there. It is very hard to miss. And as you are going in past the barricades, first you notice it's clear that the oasis needs the water to be corrected. It is murky with a slight green hue, and the town's sole water pump is still available despite any connections that there might be. Among the rusty ranch houses, you see that small flea market. The sheriff's office sits at the precipice. and sticking out like a sore thumb is a blocky, black-colored stone building polished and reflecting the sun.
Yep.
That seems about right.
To be clear, they're not all like this. The brutalistic style probably complements the relationship with the mercenaries. Why am I making excuses? It's actually pretty pretty. So,
I'm real excited to meet the Daisy Dancers.
oh, you're kidding, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm making the joke out. I'm making a fucking joke.
All right. Oh, we might need you to punch some of the flea market, by the way. Stolen motorcycle parts, part of our agreement for help.
Got it. Do you want me to take care of the flea market while you take care of the Void Singers? I'm not gonna be much help. In her.
We prefer the term community center, but yeah, maybe 2x2. Doc, you want to come with me?
Sure.
All right.
Great. As the flea market is closer, we'll start with that. As you see, just an array of tchotchkes and knickknacks and just straight up detritus and junk, just laid out upon this like long like table tent setup. It's very small. There's only like 4 or 5 different tents, but none of them have any sort of theme to what they're selling.
Mm-hmm.
And they all look to be scavengers, not quite as savage or feral as those that are stuck out in the desert, but more so just kind of merchants here to sell what they've found.
I'm looking for motorcycle parts.
Right.
Do you want me to make like a wits roll to see if I can spot any just like at first glance?
I'll say so.
Okay.
And Sylvia, are you with Roxxie?
Yep, I was just gonna say Sylvia would be helping trying to find his parts.
All right. So you can roll a lend a hand to see if you give a +1, and Roxxie can roll a base wits.
Okay. Eight.
And
That's
8.
10.
All right, so would bump it up to a 9, but it doesn't affect it in that sense. But you do find the table that you need. But as you're looking in that same table, Sylvia, you notice pieces that look very, very familiar. These look like things that were stripped off of Giannis Station.
Is anyone at the booth?
Yep, there's just a person dressed in sort of like desert garb, just kind of sitting there smoking a pipe.
You good?
I just recognize some of the parts. Do you mind if I ask a question or two before you take care of business?
Sure. Do whatever you gotta do. I'll wait.
She'd step up to the booth and look curiously over the different parts that are laid before her. Just a standard shopper. Trying to show interest to get him to ask a question first.
Yeah, see anything you like?
A few things here or there. And she points at one of the space station pieces. Where did you get this? This is curious.
Oh,
Have you seen anything like it before?
that. Well, usually I just kind of pick things up here and around, but I did some trading with that the fellow who runs the spaceship repair. He had some of these pieces.
Interesting. Are there any pieces that actually say Yana Station?
No, but you do find one that has Sutton on it, like made by Sutton family.
She'll point to it. How much for this piece here?
That, yes, you even know what that thing does. And it looks like it's just like a little, like, mantelpiece for a small drone.
Yeah, it just looks like a piece of mantelpiece.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting.
I'll give it for you for 20 cred.
She'll throw 40 down.
Ooh, looks like I'm eating good today. And he says that with like 4 missing teeth that you can see.
Thank you. She'll nod over at Roxxie. And she'll walk away. As she picks up the mantelpiece.
And Roxxie will approach. And begin to kind of look over the wares until she sees some motorcycle piece. And where'd you get something like this?
I just, I scaffed that off of the old crash site. It's just what I do, I just scaff things.
I see. Tell me a little bit more about it.
Why are you asking questions?
Interested. Might want to buy it.
Well, if you want answers, that's more cred right there.
I don't think you quite understand. So, I'm gonna cut the pleasantries, and her hand rests on her gun. I know that you stole these motorcycles. And, I've got a bounty on your ass. So you can give them up, and I'll whack you on the head, and we'll call it a day. Or we can get a little bit more dirty. Personally, I'm not looking to start a whole lot of trouble. I just want the crap back. And I'll just whack you upside the head, and then we'll call it. But, your choice. And ask my associate back there that you just sold the other crap to. I don't miss.
From a distance, Sylvia will say, the extra 20 was for medical bills. I suggest you just take the hit.
Roll me a chat 'em up, +1.
Okay.
Okay.
Who?
Yeah.
Roxxie.
Okay. Seven.
7?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you know what you want, but I'll ask for something in return. And is the scab How about you up those medical bills? Because I've always wanted me some golden dentures.
How about I spit in your face instead?
Hot dog, I'll take that.
No, God, fucking weirdos. Give me them fucking motorcycle part. And she's gonna go around, take back all of the motorcycle parts, slap him upside the head, and then just dip his head down, spit in his mouth, and just bash him up against the table for one good solid measure.
And he just like spits out like 5 more teeth. Yeah, they scared won't believe this one.
Grant so stunned his camera froze.
Let's go in robot.
Oh no.
His internet's too busy laughing at that.
Yeah. She'll walk back to Sylvia with the motorcycle parts and shake her head. God.
You know, you didn't have to spit in his mouth.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. You see, where I come from, that's just holding up your end of the bargain.
All right. So on that note, and then we're going to go back to Vanya. Grant might be a little silent on your end, but Ranger does lead you up to the community center, and here we go. I hope I have made this a pleasant journey, though. You could get there a lot faster with the bikes, and I have only my legs, but I'm happy to help.
And there he goes. I appreciate your assistance. Will you wait here for us to come back, or do you have other duties to attend to?
I might be drawn back. It will depend.
Understood. Yeah, I'll head inside while technical issues persist. They shall not stop me.
All right. So, as you go inside, it is a sort of sleek, serene kind of place. There's tapestries of stars. Everything is in sort of darker, cool tones. And you see the kind of cloister milling about, some of them on like meditation pillows. And you see a woman with like shaved down hair, wears all black in like utilitarian style, like cargo pants, sort of a tight turtleneck, and then a flak jacket.
Dr. Ann?
Wait, I am conductor. How can I help you? You are a fellow of the community.
A fellow practitioner, though I have yet to develop any of my abilities.
Your mind is still closed, then.
Well, recent experiences have probably given me a head start in that department. That's not what I'm here to talk to you about now.
Then speak.
Vanya will take a seat. You said she was meditating?
Mm-hmm.
I will join her. Now that I've said it, outside events seem far more important, but the immediacy of the town's poisoning and the closing of its border concerns me greatly. Not least of all because it puts someone... I think it puts a lot of people in danger.
I can see that you're speaking like an acolyte and not a singer. You're concerned. You are concerned for what's in front of you, yes? But are you not concerned for what is not being said?
What's not being said?
But if you think about it, you know what's going on, and the sheriff lets you in, but does not see you. He is not letting us out. He does not let the bounty hunters in. You are let in. Do you think you are not now just a small creature in his dome now? A plaything, because now you are in the in-between.
I am. You think he brought me here to kill me? Does he intend to kill you?
I don't think he comes to kill me or the singers, but what I do know is he has a plan, and it is costing the lives of the locals.
And I ask this question, understanding a level of impertinence, but I intend full loyalty to the song, regardless of the answer. Are we involved in the execution of his wishes?
We? No. No, I work with the bounty board. That is where my loyalties lie.
Well, then I request, I've brought a group of mercenaries, bikers. We intend to go to the sheriff and I believe force entry. Will you join us?
Oh, it could be very bad politically, but if we expose him as a tyrant, then yeah, fuck it. I could
take the town.
No, take the town. It's I say, if it goes bad, we can clean our tracks.
All right. Let's go banish some silence together.
All right. And as she stands up, you can feel just the psychic energy radiating off of her as her eyes start to just kind of glow this almost like magenta hue.
All right. And we'll head out.
All right. So after you finished your dealings with the scav, and you got your Void Singer, you guys have now reconvened right around the oasis. You can almost smell the causticness, like the acidity of the air rising from it. You have your bikers. You have your Void Singers. What's the next step?
Well, if we can't gain any more evidence to make a case to the populace right now, we kind of have to go directly to the man. Can anyone think of another avenue?
If we can find out where he's poisoning the area from, there's bound to be some sort of connection.
Excuse me. Would his deputy know?
Maybe?
Are robots, and I suppose it varies bot to bot, but are they loyal primarily to a person, to an order,
They can be, but they can also be reprogrammed.
Oh, here's your motorcycle parts. She'll hand them. She'll hand them over to Vanya.
Okay.
You might want to give him a spit shine.
I'll think about it.
It's taken care of. He won't be stealing any more motorcycle parts.
I message the guys to come get their stuff.
All right.
Is Ranger still around?
He is. He's just kind of wandering about.
Sylvia's gonna motion for Ranger to come over.
Well, howdy, lass. What could I do for you?
Ranger, do you know where the poison's entering the water supply at?
Well, golly, that is quite the question at hand. Oh, why are you assuming that there is a poisoning happening?
Well, I would just assume that there's some sort of toxic runoff happening into the water supply, and you might know where the most apt place would be that it would be entering the water supply at.
Well, in my knowledge about how things work, if the name is accurate in Dusty Springs, in the spring and not dusty part, I would assume that we are dealing with groundwater.
Is all the water in Dusty Springs come from the same location?
Well, yeah, there's no other water source for miles away.
Is there direct access to it?
There's the water pump, or do you mean the spring itself? And that is just the oasis.
Where's the oasis?
It's the center of town. You're right by
it's just the center of town?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm following your thought though here. I think they probably have subterranean access.
Yeah, is there subterranean access?
Well, don't tell the sheriff I said this, but he does have a place under the office, so I would assume so, yes.
All right.
We have our answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this quick and do it right.
Ranger, I heard that there are some bad things happening on the other side of town. Why don't you take Fido and go investigate?
Are you sure if it's for the defense of the town?
Yeah, there's some weirdo that's going around spitting in people's mouths.
Truly bizarre.
Truly bizarre. Should go investigate it.
Can you roll me chat him up?
Sure.
Come on.
Nope, 4. No, yeah. I get an upgrade point though, so I'm
That's fair.
So, what exactly were you saying then, to convince them?
I was telling him to go investigate some random person spitting in people's mouths.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then you go. But sorry, Lassie, but that is more something for the locals to deal with. All technicality, that is not a crime.
Even if they didn't want to be spit on?
Oh, well, now we are going in a talk of consent.
It's more weird if they wanted to be spit on.
Sylvia's kind of dumbfounded.
I feel like Sylvia and Roxxie are just giving each other just like
I'm pretty confused. But
don't ask.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
All right. To the sheriff's office.
Would the Sutton family have programmed an override shutdown code into Ranger that Sylvia would know of?
Not that Sylvia would know of.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Can you hack him?
I could try. She'll try hacking into Ranger.
All right. I don't believe you have any specific hacking abilities, do you?
No, unfortunately, I did not pick that up.
All right. So I'll just have you roll a base wits then.
Okay. That's a 10.
Hey.
Yeah, I love to
Yes.
see it.
The dice gods, thank you.
The dice gods know whose arc it is.
Right?
So as you hack into Ranger, are you programming anything in particular?
She is going to, if possible, remove loyalty to the sheriff and instead reprogram it to her.
Hey, he's back.
Yay, you're alive!
Yeah, never spit in anyone's mouth again. Ever.
No promises.
I knew you were gonna say that.
See, you can't just tell me to not do something because that's going to make me 10 times more likely to do it.
Just gonna gremlin the entire studio downwards.
So, do we get the robot?
So yes, it's interesting enough as when you're hacking into it, it's you don't have to do any replacement. When you remove loyalties to the sheriff, you are the default.
He remembers, at least on some level. He remembers on some level.
Oh,
Ah,
it's wholesome. It's wholesome.
it is wholesome. Okay, now to kill people.
That
Sylvia will
sounds about right
just
for this group.
Mhm.
seeing that she is auto defaulted as loyal, she'll leave that alone. She'll see if there's any way how to recover his memories or if they've been fully deleted.
You can't find any memory banks just from what you're doing right now.
Okay. Right, she'll back out of the hack and order Ranger to go and wait for her at the Ranger, I need you to go and wait for me at the crap, what's the bars called again?
The bounty board.
The
If he
bounty
works
board.
for us now, we could actually use him in this.
I don't want to risk him. I just got him back.
We won't risk him. I need to give a speech to the populace who are still loyal to the sheriff, and having the deputy at my back would be a boost.
That's true. All right. Ranger, please add my friends here as loyal.
All right then. What are we doing then?
Arresting a villain.
Well, I will be. I am really good at arresting villains.
All right. We go to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
So how do you go to the sheriff's office? There are a couple of militiamen standing guard at the front. Do you bring in your whole entourage of folks, or is it just going to be you guys?
I think we bring everyone. We worked for their help.
Everyone would be good. As much help as possible.
So you see just a couple of militiamen. Obviously, since the bounty hunters have kind of been their standing army, these are just kind of guys with cheap armor and blasters, and they go, wait, this is holy shit, as a bunch of bikes just swoop in and knock them on their asses as they burst through the front door.
Yep. Head biker, head of the local community, and presumably Roxxie, probably standing on a motorcycle.
G-posing.
All right.
Menacingly.
Staring them down menacingly.
I'll actually ask the conductor if she would rather address the populace since they know her better. We need somebody like, a dozen bikers and a speaker or a singer to do crowd control if this gets really loud.
I have done my part to the community. I want to see what you can do. Prove yourself to the community.
Understood. Yeah, they knock down the door. I take up post outside.
All right. So Vanya's posted outside. And where are you three stationed?
I'd probably just stay outside with Vanya.
Same.
What about Freyja? Or Sylvia?
I mean, I'm assuming Vanya is going to be giving the speech, so she'd be posted up outside as well, waiting for the speech.
Okay, but the idea is we arrest and or kill the sheriff, and when the noise from that draws a crowd, then I calm them down.
Then you give the speech. Got it. Ranger, with me, and we'll march in to meet the sheriff.
All right. As you confront the sheriff, I'm going to go Vanya for a quick second as you get that buzz in your ear.
Hello?
I'm waiting.
I know. Click.
All right. So, Sylvia, you storm in, and as the bikers are going around trashing the sheriff's place, the Void Singers are using psychic powers to sort of bend open entryways. You can't find the sheriff anywhere in sight. It seems like he got out and bailed.
She's going to look around to see if there's any hint of where he could have gone.
Roll me a read the room.
That's wits, right?
Yes.
Is there an extra +1 for knowing that we're looking for a basement?
I appreciate the fishing, but no.
Alright.
It's an 8, unfortunately.
All right, that's still a partial success.
Yeah.
So on a 7 to 9, you can ask 2 of these questions. Does anything look at?
But I do have robotic eyes, so that would be 3.
So that would be 3. So out of the questions, does anything look out of place? Are there any dangers? What's the best escape route? What's the best way in? How can I best survive? And what's most vulnerable to me?
Is there anything out of place? Is the first one.
Well, outside that this whole place has been torn apart, you notice that there's a part of the flooring that, despite all the damage, still seems to actually be standing up fine.
Does it look like anything is dangerous? Like traps or anything like that?
Within the building itself, it doesn't look like it's rigged with traps. If anything, it looks more reinforced for defense rather than offensive measures.
Assuming that is a doorway, what's the best way to enter it?
So that reinforced flooring area, the best way to enter it would be either through a lot of heat or a lot of strength to pry it out.
Ranger, do you know how to access the subterranean area?
Well, sure. We just need to enter in the code in his office.
Do you know his code?
Shucks, that is something that I was not granted. As deputy, I can only access the above ground.
How many numbers is the code? Do I know?
It's like a 6-number code.
6-number code. Ranger, could you pry open the door?
I can try.
Give it a whirl.
He tries, but
it's completely reinforced.
Yeah.
Can you bypass the keypad?
I was thinking about trying that, yeah. I'm gonna try to hack it.
All right. Give me a base wits.
And 11.
11. So, using your own technical prowess, despite not being a hacker yourself, you are still able to get the code just through deductive reasoning. And the door, like I say, it's a flooring area, so it almost like flips open like a hatch, and then pulls back like as a sliding door, and the entire floor opens.
Going down, and she'll jump down.
All right, so you guys can all hear this loud noise of cranking and moving. Roxxie, Grant, are you still staying out for crowd control of Vanya, or are you following the noise?
I can't handle this.
Okay. I'll go and help Sylvia.
I'll go help Sylvia too.
All right.
I'll be right behind you.
So, as you descend down this long stairs, you've been out in this hot heat for a while now, and you've been out in this old kind of rust and worn down kind of place, but this is like stainless steel. This is a chamber that was more recently built with higher end materials, and it is well air conditioned to the point where it's almost cold.
Oh, I miss this so much. Air conditioning.
Yeah, but why is we kept this cold?
Kind of stunned that she heard a voice from behind her. Sylvia would turn around. Don't do that, Grant!
Would you have rather us been extra quiet following you?
No. Good point.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Where's Vanya?
They're handling crowd control.
Got it. I don't know why it's this cold. Ranger, do you know anything about what's going on down here?
I have nothing in my databases. to imply where in the world we are right now.
That makes sense. Don't want anyone who could hack into it and just figure out what all the sheriff's up to.
Proceed onward then, if there's a path.
Yep.
Right. As you proceed, it's not a far walk. As it kind of opens out into essentially an underground lake. You are in the part where the spring water's coming up, and you can see that there are barrels hooked up into the water source. And standing by the shore is this kind of lean man in this beige outfit with a nice kind of like sheriff-y hat and just a cigarette kind of in his mouth as he's just kind of letting it hang there as he kind of watches distantly.
You're the sheriff?
Well, it took you long enough. I was expecting your arrival.
What do you mean?
Oh. Well, we had the same visitor, but he didn't become one of us. And that's a darn shame.
One of us?
Yeah. And before you get the clear answer for him, we're going to cut to Vanya. As it seems almost like clockwork, the crowd starts to gather around, curious at the noise and what the heck is going on.
People of Dusty Springs, I know things have been strange lately, frightening even. As I understand it, many residents have become sick. My organization, in coordination with certain elements from outside, have learned that the source of this sickness comes from within this building. We want to help. We're here to help. And whatever form that must take, we will restore this place for you.
All right, roll me a chat 'em up.
Well, that feels like a big fat 3, if I'm being honest. That was a bad speech. And that's a 5.
Oh, fitting.
Well, I mean, do you have Suave to add to that?
So it's a 6.
Damn it. And
Almost a 7.
I can't even retroactively give inspiration, can I?
All right. So the response you get, it's not something you expect. As they look up and you go, the end is already here. And it's almost in unity as the townsfolk all run to the lake and start drinking from it. And that's where we're going to cut back to the sheriff. As when he turns around, yeah. And you see almost this pulsing, what looks like this giant zit on his forehead start to open and spread into a third eye.
No.
Hank.
No. Fuck
What
that.
the
No.
fuck?
That ain't right.
Oh, that boy ain't right.
Admiral Cole came this way. He showed us the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
He showed us what was going to happen. So now I'm doing what I can to protect my town.
Well, while you're villain monologuing, unsheathe my axe. my battle guitar axe.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Catch a monologue and shoot him.
And as you're preparing at a mid monologue, that is where we're going to end episode 2.